Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the former MVP Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons as they square off against the #1 overall pick, Kyler Murray, and the Arizona Cardinals. With that, let's get out to the desert. Standing by in Glendale, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. So this was the scene a moment ago, the Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. With you from the booth, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. CDR matchup here. A couple of teams last year that were really pretty similar. Both under 500, both missed the playoffs, and they both think that they can turn things around in 2019.
Yeah, how about 2018, though? A case of the haves and the have-nots. In 16-game seasons in the NFL, for the first time last year, no one finished 8-8. Now, you know that in baseball, basketball, other sports, turnarounds can take 3, 4, 5 years. In football, could just be a few months.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Cardinals taking over, and they do so behind the #1 overall pick in the draft. That's Kyler Murray out of Oklahoma. Rare talent indeed. First man to be drafted in the top 10 of 2 sports, baseball being the other. He's got his work cut out for him. The Cardinals trying to rebound from a 3-13 campaign. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And let's look now at the offensive starters for the Cardinals.
Well, looking forward to watching David Johnson bounce back from a rough season in 2018 because we know he has 2,000-yard potential, 1,000 on the ground, 1,000 in the air. And with a new offensive-minded coach in Arizona, look for his numbers to truly increase in 2019.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Completes it to Fitzgerald. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here come the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan ready to lead them at quarterback. And, the numbers for him this past weekend in that loss to Tennessee are interesting because he threw for 397. No touchdowns, though.
There's a but.
Well, there's a but because no touchdowns, and they only put up 10 points in the loss. So what gives?
Yeah, that's the story right there, right? And you asked the perfect question, what gives? How do you move the ball well enough but you don't end up in the end zone. You've got to put points up, and it's not like they don't have weapons. Where's Julio Jones? Where's Mohamed Sanu? Right? Where's Austin Hooper? Where are those great running backs that they have? They've got to find ways to get the ball in the end zone. He had thrown 6 interceptions through the first 3 weeks, and that led the league. Fortunately, no interceptions in his last game.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Ryan. Complete to Jones. 12 yards there and a first down.
You had to figure they'd try and get the ball to Julio early, and they did it right there. And it doesn't take a degree from MIT to know that, so you had to figure, what's up with the defense? You should know that that's coming right away.
Ready, 25. 43. Watch the run.
On first down, Ryan. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A gain of 6 there on first.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Ryan gets it to his tight end, Hooper. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And the 11 defensive starters for Arizona.
Back in Arizona is outside linebacker Terrell Suggs, who played his college ball for Arizona State before going to the NFL and playing for the Baltimore Ravens for the bulk of his career. Now entering his 17th season, 7 times as a Pro Bowler, 1 time as the NFL Defensive Player of the Year, he can still wreak havoc on all offenses.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he's got Sanu. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play wildcat quarterback for you as well.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. A scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 23 yards, the final tally.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Jones has it. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, and I guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
So a field goal try here on fourth down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Bryant is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Arizona's offense taking the field again, and I'm wondering what you think of them so far. Obviously, the record's not good, 0-3-1. Kyler Murray, Cliff Kingsbury yet to get that first NFL victory. I don't know when it's coming, Charles.
Yeah, they need an infusion of talent on the roster, and they started that process last year going with Murray at number 1 at quarterback and adding to it with people throughout the draft. But they've got to find a way to start protecting him better. He's been sacked 20 times. And you mentioned, where do they find the victories? Well, at 0-3-1, you've got to look for teams that are similar to you. Cincinnati's off to a rough start. So you got them next week in Cincinnati. And then Atlanta, surprisingly, off to a 1-3 start. They'll be at home against the Falcons. Could one of those two be the first win for the Cardinals?
Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Well, we know that Murray can run the football. He rushed for 1,000 yards during his final year at Oklahoma, better than 7 yards per carry. And Cliff Kingsbury says, I trust him running the football. And this is a guy that has known his quarterback since 2012 when Murray was a sophomore in high school. Kingsbury was in the OC at Texas A&M. He would go on to take the Texas Tech job, but the two maintained a great relationship. Both are from Texas, both quarterbacks, and both with fathers heavily involved in their football careers. With Cliff Kingsbury, he trusts his quarterback implicitly. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Jonathan Cyprien didn't have a big name coming into the league, but people know who he is now. A very fast center fielder of a safety.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And the catch made by Johnson. 6 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Kyler Murray, 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Murray now on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
From the gun, Murray. And Fitzgerald has got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Cardinals have taken the lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That time a 6-play drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe mash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And now let's look at David Johnson. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter.
Hey, no. Check 45 to Mike. Check Mike, check Mike.
After the turnover, here's Murray. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. Well, Larry Fitzgerald, the catch, back on September 29th, moved into 2nd place all-time in receptions in NFL history with catch number 1326, past Tony Gonzalez.
Is that 1,326 catches? That's phenomenal. And Tony Gonzalez just went into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this last year, so you know you're moving into rare territory. And for a long time, we thought that Jerry Rice's record was unapproachable. But Larry Fitzgerald continues to play, and he's actually approaching pretty fast, still a couple hundred away. But as you say now, not impossible because he seems to enjoy playing football. It looks like he's going to stay around for a while.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
To throw, it's Murray. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And he won't get to the markers. They're going to stop it for a 2nd straight play right at the line of scrimmage. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
They'll get the first-rounder, Caleb McGarry, there.
Still 1st down.
Ready?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
On 2nd down, Freeman. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of his first half of action. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Ridley. Hooked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Jonathan Cyprien there defensively to make the play.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter.
Check, 43. Come to Wild World. We want it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Here's Ryan to throw. Stocker's got it. Complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Play action. Ryan going up top. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there just before halftime. 55 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
3 down.
Throwing again, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. As the first half is winding down, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they'd only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half. But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
Getting set to go again on offense, we get a peek at Julio Jones now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Ryan. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 43.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Ryan now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting in the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The tackle by Tremaine Brock.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have retaken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. His feet, what he's been able to do individually running the ball, it's kind of kept him in this game.
No doubt about it, because if he's not making the plays that we've seen, they are really getting blown out in this one. I don't think they have any chance at all. He's keeping them in striking distance, hoping to get some help from the defensive side of the ball so that maybe some of these plays can turn into plays that maybe put them in the lead.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Check 52.
Back to the air on second down, it's Murray. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong. He's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Freeman again. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 3rd down, Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona 1st. Well, that's a familiar connection right there. Christian Kirk was in the same class as Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. They played together as freshmen before Murray transferred. Kirk, though, he stayed in College Station, had a great 3-year career before being drafted 47th overall in 2018. Was having a solid rookie campaign last year, but then broke his foot in Week 13 and was shut down the rest of the way. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From just shy of midfield, Murray. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch left. Tight end to right, tight end left.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Murray. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Murray with a third and long. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. A fourth and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down one score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. And they got to go thank the guys on D.
Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 36, Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Ryan's throw caught by Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Corey Peters there to bring him down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. They run, Devontae Freeman. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Again, it'll be Freeman. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Throwing now is Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down 20-13, just over a minute 40 to play. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up first and 10. To throw is Murray. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line.
In your face.
Back to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Deion Jones in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Murray, he's used to moving fast in Oklahoma. He'll get his guys up to the line. And he slides to avoid the hit. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The Cardinals on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Pick, baby. You see it all day. Pick.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.